Hare Krishna,
Dandavat
Dandavat
Pranam, Gurudev.
Pranam করেছি।
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. By the instruction and grace, we are here reading Srimad Bhagavatam under the guidance of Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Sripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Mahārāja. Canto 4, The Creation of the Fourth Order, Chapter 17, Text 26. Pumhanyo shed utakliba atma sambhavano dhamma bhuteshu niranukrosho nirpanam tadvadho vadha. Any cruel person, be he a man, woman, or impotent eunuch, who is only interested in his personal maintenance and has no compassion for other living entities, may be killed by the king. Such killing can never be considered actual killing. Purport. The planet Earth is actually a woman in her constitutional form, and as such, she needs to be protected by the king. Pṛthu Mahārāja argues, however, that if a citizen within the state, be a man, woman, or eunuch, is not compassionate upon his fellow men, he or she may be killed by the king, and such killing is never considered actual killing. As far as the field of spiritual activities is concerned, when a devotee is self-satisfied and does not preach the glories of Krishna, he is not considered a first-class devotee. A devotee who tries to preach, who has compassion upon innocent persons who have no knowledge of Krishna, is a superior devotee. In his prayer to the Lord, Prahlad Maharaj said that he was not personally interested in liberation from this material world. Rather, he did not wish to be liberated from this material condition until all fallen souls were delivered. Even in the material field, if a person is not interested in others' welfare, he should be considered to be condemned by the personality of Godhead or his incarnation like Pṛthu Maharaj. Text 27. Tvam stabdham durmadam nitva mayagam tilashasarai atma yoga balinema dharhayasyam yaham praja. You are very much puffed up with pride, and you have become almost insane. Presently you have assumed the form of a cow by your mystic powers. Nonetheless, I shall cut you into small pieces like grain, and I will uphold the entire population by my personal mystic powers. Purport. The earth informed King Pṛthu that if he destroyed her, he and his subjects would all fall down into the waters of the Garbha ocean. King Pṛthu now replies to that point. Although the earth assumed the shape of a cow by her mystic powers in order to be saved from being killed by the king was aware of this fact and would not hesitate to cut her to pieces, just like small bits of grain. As far as the destruction of the citizens is concerned, Maharaj Pṛthu maintained that he could uphold everyone by his own mystic powers. He did not need the help of the earthly planet. Being the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, Pṛthu Maharaj possessed the power of Sankarsana, which is explained by the scientists as the power of gravitation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is holding millions of planets in space without any support. Similarly, Pṛthu Maharaj would not have any difficulty supporting all his citizens and himself in space without the help of planet Earth. The Lord is known as Yogeshvar, master of all mystic powers. Consequently, the planet Earth was informed by the king that she need not worry about his standing without her help. Text 28. Evam manyu mayim mortim kritantam eva bibratam pranata pranjali praha mahi sanjata vepatu. At this time, Pṛthu Maharaj became exactly like Yamaraj, and his whole body appeared very angry. In other words, he was anger personified. After hearing him, the planet Earth began to tremble. She surrendered and with folded hands began to speak as follows. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is death personified to miscreants and the Supreme Beloved Lord to the devotees. In Bhagavad Gita 10.34, the Lord says, Mrityu sarva haraschaham. I am all devouring death. Faithless unbelievers who challenge the appearance of God will be delivered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead when he appears before them as death. Hiranyakashipu, for example, challenged the authority of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Lord met him in the form of Nrsimhadev and killed him. Similarly, the planet Earth saw Maharaj Pṛthu as death personified, and she also saw him in the mode of anger personified. Therefore she began to tremble. One cannot challenge the authority of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in any circumstance. It is better to surrender unto him and take his protection at all times. Text 29. Daro vacha namha parasmai purushaya mayaya vinyasta nana tanave gunatmane namasvarupanu bhavena nirduta dravya kriya karaka vibramormaye. The planet Earth spoke, My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are transcendental in your position, and by your material energy you have expanded yourself in various forms and species of life through the interaction of the three modes of material nature. Unlike some other masters, you always remain in your transcendental position and are not affected by the material creation, which is subject to different material interactions. Consequently, you are not bewildered by material activities. Purport. After King Pṛthu gave his royal command, the planet Earth in the shape of a cow could understand that the king was a directly empowered incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, the king knew everything, past, present, and future. Thus, there was no possibility of the earth's cheating him. The earth was accused of hiding the seeds of all herbs and grains, and therefore she is preparing to explain how the seeds of these herbs and grains can be again exposed. The earth knew that the king was very angry with her, and she realized that unless she pacified his anger, there was no possibility of placing a positive program before him. Therefore, in the beginning of her speech, she very humbly presents herself as a part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's body. She submits that the various bodily forms manifest in the physical world are but different parts and parcels of the supreme gigantic body. It is said that the lower planetary systems are part and parcels of the legs of the Lord, whereas the upper planetary systems are parts and parcels of the Lord's head. The Lord creates this material world by his external energy, but this external energy is in one sense not different from him. Yet at the same time, the Lord is not directly manifest in the external energy, but is always situated in the spiritual energy. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 9.10, Mayad yakshena prakriti. Material nature is working under the direction of the Lord. Therefore, the Lord is not unattached to the external energy, and he is addressed in this verse as Guna Atma, the source of the three modes of material nature. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 13.15, Nirgunam Guna Bhoktracha. Although the Lord is not attached to the external energy, he is nonetheless the master of it. The philosophy of Lord Chaitanya, upholding that the Lord is simultaneously one with and different from his creation, Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, is very easily understandable in this connection. The planet Earth explains that although the Lord is attached to the external energy, he is nirduta. He is completely free from the activities of the external energy. The Lord is always situated in his internal energy. Therefore, in this verse it is stated, Svarupanubhavena. The Lord remains completely in his internal potency, and yet has full knowledge of the external energy as well as the internal energy. Just as his devotee remains always in a transcendental position, keeping himself in service of the Lord without becoming attached to the material body, Srila Rupa Goswami says that the devotee who is always engaged in the devotional service of the Lord is always liberated, regardless of his material situation. If it is possible for a devotee to remain transcendental, it is certainly possible for the Supreme Personality of Godhead to remain in his internal potency, without being attached to external potency. There should be no difficulty in understanding this situation. Just as a devotee is never bewildered by his material body, the Lord is never bewildered by the external energy of this material world. A devotee is not hampered by the material body, although he is situated in a physical body that runs according to so many material conditions. For example, there are 5 kinds of air functioning within the body, and there are so many organs, the hands, legs, tongue, genitals, rectum, etc., all working differently. The spirit soul, the living entity, who is in full knowledge of his position, is always engaged in chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and is not concerned with the bodily functions. Although the Lord is connected with the material world, he is always situated in his spiritual energy and is always unattached to the functions of the material world. As far as the material body is concerned, there are 6 waves or symptomatic material conditions: hunger, thirst, lamentation, bewilderment, old age, and death. The liberated soul is never concerned with these 6 physical interactions. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, being the all-powerful master of all energies, has some connection with the external energy, but he is always free from the interactions of the external energy in the material world. Text 30. Yes, text 30. Yenaham atmayatanam vinir. Yenaham atmayatanam vinirmita. Tatrayato yam guna sarga sangraha. Sa eva mam hantum udayudhasvarad. Upastiton yam sharanam kam ashraye. The planet Earth continued, My dear Lord, you are the complete conductor of the material creation. You have created this cosmic manifestation and the 3 material qualities, and therefore you have created me, the planet Earth, the resting place of all living entities. Yet you are always fully independent, my Lord. Now that you are present before me and ready to kill me with your weapons, let me know where I should go to take shelter, and tell me who can give me protection. Purport. The planet Earth herein exhibits the symptoms of full surrender before the Lord. As stated, no one can protect the person whom Krishna is prepared to kill, and no one can kill the person whom Krishna protects. Because the Lord was prepared to kill the planet Earth, there is no one to give protection to her. We are all receiving protection from the Lord, and it is therefore proper that every one of us must surrender unto him. In Bhagavad Gita 18.66, the Lord instructs, Sarva dharmam prityaga mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshasyami masucha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur sings, My dear Lord, whatever I have, even my mind, the center of all material necessities, namely my home, my body, and whatever I have in connection with this body, I now surrender unto you. You are now completely independent to act however you like. If you like, you can kill me, and if you like, you can save me. In any case, I am your eternal servant, and you have every right to do whatever you like. And thus ends our reading for today. We will continue from text 31 on Monday. Were there any comments or contributions or questions from the assembled devotees? No. Jayam Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Sripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai.
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 Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev, Srila Shanta Maharaj Ki Jai.
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 Jai Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Our glories to
Jai.
the assembled devotees, our glories to the worldwide devotees, Sama Bhaktiveda Vrinda Ki Jai.
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 Jai Navadvip Dham Ki Jai, Nishangapali Dham Ki Jai, Mayapur
Jai.
Dham Ki Jai,
Jai.
Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Jewel Ki Jai,
Jai.
Jai.
Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai, Vrindavan
Jai.
Dham Ki Jai, Giri
Jai.
Govardhan Bhuta Govardhan Dham Ki Jai, Sham Kund Radha Kund Ki Jai,
Jai.
Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Vrinda Devi Ki Jai, Jai Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, Jai Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai, Scientific
Jai.
Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai.
Jai.
Princeton Bhaktivedanta Institute Ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya
Jai.
Saraswat Institute Ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya
Jai.
Saraswat Mutt Ki Jai,
Jai.
Nitai Gauda Premanandi, Hari 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 Bol, Jai Shrimati Uma Devi Dasi Ki Jai, Sripad Anant Krishna Prabhu Ki Jai, Hari Bol.
श्रीपाद कृष्ण केशव प्रभु जी की जय।
Jai. Dandavat Pranam.
Dhanyavad. Hare Krishna.
I'm going to Nathingapalli Prabhu next Tuesday, Thursday. Acharya Maharaja appearance day.
Yes, Jai. We will be having a Zoom session on that day with everyone there at
Yeah.
the temple.
What time, Prabhuji?
India
Same time.
5:30 India time 5:30 to 8 o'clock at the evening.
Yeah, okay.
Shanta Maharaj will be there though with the laptop and bring it down to the temple room and everything.
Okay. Yeah, I will be there.
Sripad Puri Maharaj will join and he'll be very happy to see you there at the temple. He'll be very happy to see you there, really. Jai. Hopefully Sharmila Devi will be there. I don't know what's happening to her.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe.
Do you have her contact information, Didi? Would you like me to send it to you?
Sarmila Devi?
Yeah.
I have a number, Prabhuji. I will contact her. Okay.